Yo, 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 yo. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. Whoa, what was that? Um, yeah, welcome back to our live stream here. I'm your humble host, Phantom Freak, aka Moist Master Flex. Hope you guys had a good weekend and a good Monday, good start to your week. Um, I certainly had a great weekend. I went to Seattle to play a show, opened up for MPH, got to play a lot of new tunes, lots of garage and stuff. Did a back to back with Rhiannon. Yeah, it was a dope time. It was fucking packed. Like that room that we were in was like absolutely packed to the gills, and it was like super like sweaty and hot in there too. Very moist, just how I like it. Very moist in there. Yeah, then MPH just threw down right after too. MPH killed it per usual. But yeah, it was a dope time, dope show. Had a great time in Seattle. Lots of got to catch a lot of the homies I haven't seen in a while. But yeah, we're back home in LA, kicking off the week. Here's our tunes. We got the rhythm on Bass House Music. We got Smooth Operator, free download on Yosh. We got Hollow Freaks, our Halloween compilation. We got Listen from the man's Dare 80 and Dutch, Danis. We got Praise the Lord. It's free download on my SoundCloud. We got Need You from Tubalo. That was technically our last release of the year. We are doing a best of 2025 compilation on Thick Freakness. So that's basically just going to be like a rehash. It's going to be like all the really big sellers from this year. But yeah, it's going to be a thick one. It's going to be like 20 tracks. And it's just artists who've released over this year and who've kind of put up the biggest numbers on streaming or just tracks that I fuck with. You know, there's plenty of the usual suspects there. There's Hot Fire. We got Fox down there. We got Chuck Shadow, myself, Tones, Broshi's on there, Choli's on there. Like all the mainstays are all on that compilation. But yeah, that'll be out on what is that, the 12th? So next Friday. And then this is my last release of the year here on 3000 Bass. On this winter weaponry compilation. I forget who else is on this. Phantasm's on this. I have a track with Eric Mark and Dread MC. We got Spencer Arnold, Average Citizens, and a bunch of other people. I think Choli's on there, this one too. But yeah, lots of homies on this last release of the year. I don't have a fan link for this yet, but I'll post about it soon. All right. And then our last two shows of the year. We're doing our after hours this coming Friday or Saturday. Sorry, excuse me. This coming Saturday. We'll be doing our after hours. This is collaboration with 3000 Bass. We have Aaron Jackson coming in from Portland and Phantasm coming in from Boston. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Best of 2025. Okay. And then we have our last party of the year is gonna be in San Diego. Yeah, we're gonna do a show. Yeah, a very merry Thickness. It's gonna be Burn, myself, Fox, Hot Fire, and Sad Youth. A lot of local San Diego artists. So yeah, if you guys are in San Diego, come through. This one is a ticketed event, but it's actually really cheap right now. I think we're starting it at $5, and then I think at the door, I think it's like 10 or 15. I forget what I set it up, but yeah. Technically, he's neither. He's actually Orange County, which is like basically that in between LA and SD. But yeah, he lives. I think he lives closer to LA than he does to SD, but it's kind of like in the middle. Yeah. Yeah, and then I have some stuff already planned in the works for next year. We have our after hours coming in on January 24th. And then we're doing a collaboration event with Coastal Hook and Club Evil on the 31st in LA. Used to live in Ventura. Nice. And then we're doing, what is it? Then I'm going to be in Hawaii in February playing a show. And then another after hours on February 21st in LA. And I think that's pretty much. Oh no, and then I'm also doing like a festival in March. But most of the stuff I haven't announced them officially yet because I don't have flyers or anything like that. But yeah, plenty of stuff coming around the bend in the new year. Plus many more releases. And then our sponsor, Eargasm, per usual. If you guys need earplugs for shows, go to eargasm.com. Use the code Phantom10 for 10% off. Hell yeah. All right. Enough of me yapping. Oh, I guess one other thing I had to mention real quick. We did have the Gothic Remix contest. We were actually going to announce the winners today, but the reality is like we're still kind of deliberating with like this on how many tracks we wanted to take. Because ideally, I mean, there was 23 submissions and a lot of really fucking good ones. So like me and Rhiannon, our idea was like, oh, we'll just take the most we can possibly take. Like the more the merrier is kind of like where we were at. We were like, we could probably take like 8 to 10, I think. But then the label was like, nah, we want to just take 5. And I was like, okay, I guess we have to whittle down because both of us had lists of people that we were like, oh yeah, we fuck with these ones. But we both had to like whittle our list down to get it down to 5. So it's had to take it's taken us a little bit longer than we had originally planned. But we are going to announce the winners tomorrow for sure. I think both of us kind of made an agreement on the top 5. Pearls, your link is broken. If you want to resubmit, make sure you send in a private SoundCloud link. You might just be copying just the direct URL. You want to go to the way to do it. Go to your track, and then you click this guy, this little share button. Yeah, you shouldn't copy the URL from the top. You always use the share button, especially if it's a private track. If it's a private track, there's a private share, little private share thing right there. Yeah, that always works. But yeah, you're more than welcome to resubmit. No problem. Yeah, let's dive into this over here. You guys know the deal if you guys have been here before, but if you have not, I take these as first come, first served as I receive them on the Google form, which is how you guys submit. And yeah, I just do it first come, first serve. For any reason you guys want to skip the line, you guys are welcome to. You have to use your channel points, or you can send money to the bottom left there. Skip the line, send money to Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. It's totally yeah, it's totally up to you if you want to skip the line. But usually these lines go pretty quick, especially if people don't show up, then I basically just skip them anyways. But yeah, let me read out the queue right now. We got Daddy JP up first. Then we got Chris Michael, 2 Lo-Fi, Collective Unknown, Mikey the Kid. Lots of familiar names up in here. Law, Misguided, Spencer Arnold, Aragian, and Pearls. Pearls, your second link worked. Okay. Yeah, submit it in the Google form. It's right there in the chat. All right. Do we have Daddy JP up first? Daddy JP. Daddy JP. Daddy JP is here. All right, let's get started. Nice one, bruv. Yeah, this was a fucking groover, man. Super dope idea. I really like the use of Anthony Bourdain's vocal. Um, especially, it's my roommate's dog whining right now. Um, yeah, the sample is really sick. I think especially because the way he says move, it's just so like direct and kind of like very what's the word? Almost like the delivery is just very direct, just move, you know? And it's kind of like a nice juxtaposition between kind of his more like flowy, kind of poetic, flowery sort of language. It's a nice yeah, nice little contrast there, which is really cool. Move. I think it works really well. Nice percussion and drums. I really liked the sample selection here. That bass line is super groovy. I think you did a great job with that, as well as the kick and the clap. All that drum situation was very nice. I really loved the Anthony Bourdain sample. Big fan of Anthony Bourdain, a lot of his shows and stuff, and just like his kind of just like philosophy on travel and food and all that. Yeah, but it was really cool. I almost immediately picked up on that Anthony Bourdain sample. Really cool. I really enjoyed the drop sections, especially because you had some really cool leads and layers. Not to mention like also some really cool ear candy, lots of really cool stabs and like pads and stuff. Everything was kind of just like working very seamlessly to kind of give you like this just like nice bouquet of sounds. Yeah, and everything was mixed very well, so everything kind of had its like own place. Every nothing was like kind of stepping over each other's feet. You also used a lot of filtering, which was really nice as an added automation effect throughout the drop section, so which was really nice. Overall, there's a very nice flow in the arrangement, so it was really easy to kind of just like chill out and vibe along and kind of just like go along for the ride. Yeah, it's very solid arrangements. Really nice variations overall, especially going into that second drop. I think you did a really good job of just like overall keeping things interesting. Um, I think probably and the only thing I would say if I was to be picky, is just to watch out in the mix in your lower mids because there's a lot of stuff going on there. So there's a lot of like melodic ideas and a lot of stuff there. So yeah, I think try to put more emphasis on your sub and low end and a little less emphasis on the lower mids. And I think maybe Anthony Bourdain could come up a little bit more in the mix, just ever so slightly, maybe just like a dB or two, at most. But yeah, I think Anthony Bourdain can definitely be more audible, is the word. Yeah, super dope tune. Daddy JP definitely killed it with this one. I was vibing. Yeah, the Mud Zone. Put a Haas on him. Yeah, it's always nice to add on a little bit of doubling or even a Haas effect is basic. It's essentially the same thing almost. Kind of just like pushing things off to the side. All right, let me go and add in some more people here. We got Misguided up next because he used a skip. Let's see where else. What else we got here? Oh, we got a tune from Smile. All right. Okay, Misguided is up next. Then after that, we got Chris Michael. All right.
Marijuana. But why? Marijuana. But why? Marijuana. But why?
Marijuana, but why? Yeah, that's a fucking silly sample, but it works. I think it works really well for this kind of vibe and this kind of style. Marijuana, but why? Yeah, this is sick. This is a sick idea. Very kind of typical sort of drum and bass sort of vibe. Um, really nice intro. I'm loving the drums. Really nice kick. I think some of these mid bass sounds could also use some more reverb, especially in the intro section and these break sections, just because there's so much space. You have so much space to fill, and reverb's just a really easy way to kind of get that space filled. I really love these vocal chops that you're using. Um, yeah, really sick. This break section up here, this first break after the intro it's kind of just like empty, is the best way I could describe it. It feels like there needs to be something there. But then once I heard the vocal come in, I was like, oh, the vocal actually it actually sets itself up to be more kind of like a lead here. So I think you could probably introduce that vocal a little bit sooner in the break section. Um, it doesn't need to be like full force. I mean, you could just kind of play around with it, add some reverbs and delays and stuff. As you get into the build. And then one thing that I was going to mention too, the build doesn't feel like a build. It needs more tension in there. So like I would add in some snare, a snare riser, as well as just like other kind of like just like other kind of risers and stuff, um, uppers and downers and that kind of thing. Um, the little vocal chop buildup would have been a dope build into the main drop. Yeah, you could definitely use some more tension in this build section though, because it wasn't very obvious to me that this was a build section until we got to the drop. And then the drop is really sick actually. I like the sound design that you're using here for your mid bass leads. Um but I do think that the sub needs to be hitting harder in your drop sections just so that it's like painfully obvious to the listener that this is the drop. Um I probably also wouldn't have the lead playing so early in the drop. That little I guess they're like little plucks. It's a cool lead, but I think you can kind of save that for the end of the drop sections going into like your break. So I think that little boom 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 that can actually be kind of like a main lead idea in your break sections. Both here and then over here. But I wouldn't use it as the main lead in the drop, especially to start off with. I think with drum and bass, you kind of want to focus more on a lot more the more the mid bass sound design and stuff, as well as the sub. I think like again, I think the sub definitely needs to hit harder in here. Um, it's missing. It was missing what I call the necessities, the boring shit that doesn't sound cool, but it has to be there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and which is primarily like the sub. I think for drum and bass, it's primarily like the sub, the kick and the snare are like the most primary important elements. And once you get those kind of knocked out, you can kind of layer on your mid basses and like all the crazy wild fucking sound design and shit. But yeah, once that foundation is there, it really gets a lot easier to kind of add on. But yeah, sub definitely needs to be hitting harder in the drop, but I do love all the sound design that you're doing here. I think it's fantastic. I think it's lovely. Lots of really sick sound design. I think you probably could use that vocal just a little bit more as well. Because I feel like it's only used like 3 times total in the track, so you can play around with it a little bit more, especially in your break build sections, and you can even kind of bring it back in the drop. Um, yeah, I think that's primarily what needs to be worked on with this track is the arrangement, because I think as far as sound selection, everything is here that you need basically, except for like maybe some effects. I think you can definitely use some transitional effects, but I think from a sound and sample choice standpoint, I think it's exactly where you have everything pretty much, all the basic building blocks that you need. It's just a matter of arrangement is the primary thing that needs to be sorted out with this track. Um, yeah, and I think once you get like a really strong sub in the drop sections, I think that's gonna basically account for, most of your kind of arrangement issues. Because I think once you have a strong sub, it's gonna really like signal to the listener like, oh, this is the fucking drop. Like it's hitting harder, it's a lot deeper, a lot more thickness there. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, really dope idea, really dope tune, Misguided. Probably just needs a little bit of work on the arrangement, but I think it's a really, strong idea to start with, though, for sure. Hell yeah. Good job, Misguided. All right. Chris Michael is up next, then 2 Lo-Fi, then Collective Unknown. Chris Michael, you here? Chris Michael is here. Okay, cool. I might have to hop off really quick after this track, but I will be able to give this one feedback. I'll just be off for like 2 or 3 minutes, but yeah. not the restroom. Actually, I'm meal prepping right now, so I gotta go check the oven.
Always been the baddest. Hoes on automatic. But you're the only one I want. I can keep making it a habit. It's getting hard to manage when I'm here all alone. I never kiss and tell. Don't gotta spend the night. I keep it to myself. Do all the things you like. Yeah, I got it. You know I got it. Always be hella cool whenever we be out. Don't ever act a fool after you take me down. Yeah, I got it. And you want it. Late night, I don't wanna say slide, but my pussy wants some FaceTime. Can't lie, I don't wanna hit you up before you hit me up. Late night, I don't wanna say slide, but my pussy wants some FaceTime. Can't lie, I don't wanna hit you up before you hit me up. Late night, I don't wanna say slide, but my pussy wants some FaceTime. Can't lie, I don't wanna hit you up before you hit me up. I don't usually do this, but you're the one that's bringing it out. The thought of my skin all in your hands, yeah, it's running me wild. I'm gon' get in my bed. Booty on deck. Are you gon' give me your best? Work it hard, working no rest. Eat it up, clean up that plate. Then turn around, tell me how it tastes. Hey, yeah. Late night, I don't wanna say slide, but my pussy wants some FaceTime. Can't lie, I don't wanna hit you up before you hit me up. Late night, I don't wanna say slide, but my pussy wants some FaceTime. Can't lie, I don't wanna hit you up before you hit me up.
Nice one, bruv. Yeah, that was sick. I really love the vocal here. It is a little bit lewd, but yeah, it's actually really well. It's a really nice performance on that vocal. Yeah, and you said I think you said this is a remix competition too. But yeah, this is a really cool vocal. Really nice intro, really nice respace. The vocal is lovely. It does feel a little bit dry though, especially in the intro. I might slap on a little bit more reverb on that vocal. There is a nice delay because I do hear some like accents being accentuated like at the tail end of vocal phrases. So I think there is a really nice delay on there. But it does feel like it needs a little bit more reverb. I really like the piano. It's very subtly used in that first break section, but it's really cool. And it's like a kind of just like a repeated sample, which is really, really interesting. I do think that your builds need more tension though. It feels like there is a little bit of tension, but I think just dynamically speaking, the vocal kind of sits so much higher than a lot of the other elements underneath. So it's almost like the tension in that build isn't hitting as hard as it should.
Making it a habit. It's getting hard to manage when I'm here all alone. I never kiss and tell, don't gotta spin.
Yeah, I think it just needs a little bit of this needs to be, some of those elements just need to be louder, I think. Like the snare build and like some of those like risers and stuff. I think that would help. But yeah, yeah, more tension in the build sections. What else do I got here? Really love the drop section. That main mid bass lead is lovely. It's just fantastic. I love that sound that's going on there. It's kind of like a nice little respace thing you got going on. And the kick and the snare are lovely. I do think that the sub should also be heavier in this track, just like the last one, especially in the drop sections. For like, even though like this is kind of more of like a chiller, more vibier kind of style of like, I guess this would still be drum and bass, huh? Still kind of drum and bass, but yeah, I think the subs definitely needs to be hitting a little bit harder in this track, especially in the drop sections. Would love to hear the wobble change rate a little bit. I guess, yeah, you could always play around with that. You could always play around with the rate, especially for, yeah, a lot of those like more wobbly sounding respaces. You could always use like a little bit of a LFO change rate at the tail end of a phrase or something. Or just do, you could probably do that in the second drop just to kind of give you some more variation and change and stuff. I do like these additional layers you got going on. Let me see if I can play it. Yeah, it's super vibey. Really nice, like arpeggio thing going on, and then the vocal. It's like a really nice call response thing you got going on there. And then you did this last thing over here at the tail end of the track where you kind of pitched up the vocal. That was really cool, actually. It sounded really, really good. I'm surprised that you only used it at the very end of the track. It might have been cool to like add that in one other spot, so like you kind of get like a taste of it like earlier in the track. But yeah, I thought that was fantastic. I really like that. Yeah, I think yeah, primarily I think my notes are just really more tension in the builds and a little bit more reverb on that main vocal, and yeah, more sub in the drop for sure. But yeah, very dope tune. I like the vocal here, and the sound design is fantastic also. Good job, Chris Michael. Hell yeah. Good luck on the competition. All right. Yeah, there's so many respace presets. All right. Too Lo-Fi. We got two. Oh, Too Lo-Fi is here. He just said something. All right. Let's give this one. Actually, wait. Let me check my timer real quick. Yeah, it says 2 minutes left. Let me go. I'm gonna go check on my Brussels, and then I'll be back in a minute. Ooh. BRB. Ugh.
wine?
It is. No, it's Hatcher wine, which is
Hatcher.
funny because Maggie's friend, I gave it to her. Her last name is Hatcher. I'll give it back to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
I don't need it right now, but
Okay.
yeah. All right. Our Brussels are done. They are quite crispy. Just how I like them. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm the shit. Yeah, I'm the man. What you mean? I ain't got nowhere. I sit at home. I play video games. I'm fucking sound. I do what I want.
I do what I want. Whatever, I do what I want. Yeah, this is really unique. It gives me like the kind of the vibes of like Deontward, almost like early Crookers. Yeah, very unique, very interesting. Almost like Bloghouse kind of in a way, but really cool sound design overall. And I really like the vocal sample that you're using here. Really heavy sub and really cool sound design. Yeah, it's very ravey. You could definitely hear this, like I could definitely hear this being played at like a festival type of vibe. The intro is very nice, really nice intro keys, really nice tension in that build. I like the sample selection here. The vocals very cool. I think it matches the kind of vibe you got going on here. The drop is fucking fat. I really like that that there's this really cool like call response thing going on. Boom, 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 boom. And then you have like this crazy like wobbly, warpy kind of mid bass going on. Very interesting sound design for sure. The thing that I noticed though, on a mixing level, it feels almost like that call response dynamically is a little bit mismatched. But I think the only reason why it feels that way is because your main lead, the boop 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 boop, that one has like a lot of reverb on it, and then like the response bass line tends to be a little bit more on the dry side. So we're getting this kind of like really big contrast in those two sounds. Oh, whoops, sorry. We're getting this really big contrast between those two sounds. So it sounds like almost like the intro melody is almost like lower than the response. Like the call is a little bit lower than the response. But I think if you were to look at it dynamically, they're probably pretty well matched. And I think it's just that wet dry contrast is primarily what I'm hearing. Yeah, I think maybe there's a way. It's probably just perceived loudness. Yeah, you might be able to glue that up in your kind of bass group, just so you can kind of even them out a little bit more. But yeah, that's primarily the main thing that I heard here. I like that, you know, there's a lot of like changes and variations, especially on that response bass line. Lots of like really cool and interesting sounds going on here. And there's plenty of variations, so like it doesn't get like boring or monotonous or loopy. But yeah, I like a lot of really cool stuff going on here, especially in the low end. But yeah, I think primarily what all I'm hearing here is that there's just like this mismatch dynamically between call and response. And I think that primarily is just like that contrast between wet and dry is what I'm primarily hearing. So yeah, you guys just got to figure out a way to kind of get those a little bit more matched dynamically, I think. And I think you'll be Gucci. Hell yeah. Good job. Too lo-fi. Hell yeah. All right. All right, let's keep going here. Do we have Collective Unknown? Collective Unknown. Collective Unknown is here. Yeah, no problem. All right.
You keep it simple, loving you. Show me your true self, so natural. You keep it simple, loving you. Oh, you keep it simple.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that was sick. Yeah, lots of really cool shit in here. Really nice sound design. That vocal is lovely. It's just really nice, and like the way you processed it too has a lot of depth, a lot of space in there. Um, yeah, this is a very unique. I mean, what would you even characterize this as far as genre? Because it's definitely interesting. I guess it'd be kind of like along the lines of almost like deep house, but it gets a little bassy, in a way. Feels like deep house. Imanu vibes. Yeah, sick. I love the vocal. Really cool lead in the intro. I love the kick when it comes in on the drop. The low end is lovely. It's fantastic. Really dope sound design and sound selection. I like how the sound evolves over time with some like really nice subtle automation. And then this like yeah like the arrangement over here is absolutely fantastic. It's really easy to follow along on this track. The second break is very nice. And you kind of just keep it going, keep it moving forward. Really nice tension in the build sections. And then that second drop is also fucking sick. I like how you kind of change up the the sound design in that low end. It just hits even harder in that second drop. And that snare is just lovely. That snare has like this nice like tail, this reverb tail on it. But there's so much like space, like you're using so like minimal elements. So like that second drop especially is mostly just like kick, low end, and then like that snare. So you have plenty of space for that reverb, which is really nice. Garage drums would hit. Yeah, you could always play around with some garage drums. Really solid arrangement, really nice layers. The reality is like I don't think I wouldn't change anything about this. I think this is lovely. In its current form. It's very unique. I don't think I really have, heard any other stuff kind of similar to this. But it's sick. I really dig it. Yeah, it's definitely great as it is right now. Hell yeah. Good job, Collective Unknown. Really, really banging tune here. Keep it simple. That's wisdom for life. Keep it simple. Mikey the Kid. Flume and Rufus vibes. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's give this one a listen.
Blow the whistle. Locomotion. Get the party going, right on track. We keep the music flowing, you right on my path. We crash it like it's stolen, THC in my brain. Yeah, this bitch is smoking, YN's about to crash out. Crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out. Blow the whistle. Locomotion. Blow the whistle. Locomotion. Crash out. Come on, let's go. Ladies, let's go. Come on, let's go. Fellas, let's go. Come on, let's go. Ladies, let's go. Come on, let's go. Locomotion. Get the party going, right on track. We keep the music flowing, you right on my path. We crash it like it's stolen, THC in my brain. Yeah, this bitch is smoking, YN's about to crash out. Crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out, crash out. Blow the whistle. Locomotion. Blow the whistle. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I'm assuming this is still a whip because it does, like Snake Bones is saying, it does feel a little bit empty. Feels like you could definitely fill out the space with some other elements, melodic elements. And I love that it changed up to garage. Got some garage drums at the end there. Um, I almost feel like you should lead with that, to be honest. I feel like you should do mostly garage and then do like the kind of halftime as like a little teaser. But I feel like the garage kind of hits harder than the kind of um, halftime sort of vibe. I do dig the kick rhythm though, even if you're doing like halftime to start with, and then you go into the garage later. I do like the kick rhythm on that intro portion, but I do definitely feel like the garage hits a little bit harder. Really cool sound design. I'm loving all the kind of UK sort of grime elements you got going on here. Some wobbly basses, some nice womps and wubs and stuff. Um, the vocal is cool, but I do think that the vocal timing needs to be kind of tweaked a little bit, especially in this kind of intro drop section in the beginning. When you're using these really long phrases, the vocal tends to fall off the rhythm until you kind of get into the main drop section. And then it gets back on, on rhythm. And I also put here the vocal, as far as the mix goes, the vocal feels louder compared to a lot of your bass sounds. So really, that just tells me that this mix down needs a little bit of work. You kind of need to probably accentuate those bass sounds a little bit more. Reverbs, saturation. You could even fuck with the OTT. OTT is pretty common in this style of music. Yeah, Snakeboat says the vocal needs to come down like 2 or 3 dB. Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. You can definitely accentuate your bass sounds a little bit more. Also add like a little bit of reverb to them. And the vocal can come down a little bit more too. Oh, you gotta add. Okay, let me know when it's done. Ads. Oh man. Meep. Do. What? Thanks for waiting back. Okay. Yeah. Pretty much what I was getting at is that I think the arrangement just needs to be filled out a little bit more. You got plenty of space to mess around with stuff a lot, especially the processing on a lot of the mid basses. I think the mid basses themselves are like really strong sounds. Very nice compliments to each other. Really, they just need a little bit more processing, and then obviously the mix needs a bit of work, especially compared to the vocal and the a lot of those mid bass sounds. So I think as a foundation, this is a very strong idea. It just needs a little work, filling in some of the gaps. You can add in some more melodic ideas, some pads, some chords, some keys, that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, but definitely cool sound selection for sure. I think the sound selection is tip top. Good job, Mikey the Kid. Hell yeah. All right. Do we have Law in the chat? Law. I am the law. Yeah, no problem. Oh. Hey, it's Law. Okay. Let's give Law a listen here. Oh. All right.
Loving you is cold, loving you is lonely, loving you is pointless. Loving you is holding me back inside. I'm back in life with you. And loving you is cold, loving you is lonely, loving you is pointless. Loving you is holding me back inside. I'm back in life with you. Don't tempt me with your oohs and ahs. Don't tempt me with your false applause. Your love life is a long lost cause. You're on a smooth way, I hope smooth like road. Loving you is cold, loving you is lonely, loving you is pointless. Loving you is holding me back inside. I'm back in line with you. Oh, fade, forgive me. I've been sitting too long. Was a friend of mine. I chose. Fade, forgive me. I've been sitting too long. Was a friend of mine. I chose mine. And loving you is cold. Loving you is lonely. Loving you is pointless. Loving you is holding me back inside. And I'm back in life with you. And it's cold. And loving you is lonely. And it's pointless. It's holding me back inside. Holding me back inside. And it's
Nice one. Yeah, the vocal is very nice. And I like how it just like starts off the track and it kind of just like keeps things moving forward in this, for sure. I think it's a really nice sample. But yeah, this is a really cool vibe. It's a little bit melancholic, I would say, but it still has this nice, really nice groove to it overall. Very soulful, very melancholic. Yeah, very nice vocal, really nice processing on the vocal, really cool melodic idea. I love a lot of the kind of like random pauses. They're a nice way to kind of finish up a phrase and then kind of transition into the next section. I really like that. Yeah, really nice little perk there in the back. I definitely agree with Makuta. The sub definitely needs to hit harder in the drop section. It might just be from the sound that you picked for your sub bass. Yeah, I think I would probably swap that out. Additionally, I would also swap out the kick. I'm not the biggest fan of this kick only because it's not giving you the power that you need to kind of keep the rhythm, moving forward. I think you need a more punchy, a more strong kick here, as well as a more, thicker subline. And with the sub, you don't need to get crazy with it. I mean, you could just use a simple sine wave sub. Ableton stock, operator sub is fantastic, or even, Serum's sub. But there are some really cool sub plugins. I occasionally use this one called Sublab. I forget how much I paid for it. It's not like super expensive or anything, but Sublab has some good, nice subs in there. But I mean, Ableton stock has some really dope subs too. But yeah, I would definitely swap out the sub and the kick in here. So it has more low end emphasis for sure. but I really dig this melodic idea. I think somebody else mentioned that I would like to hear a little bit more ear candy. Some, you could add an arpeggio, and then give the chords some movement. I definitely agree with that. I think the melodic idea itself is very nice. Again, it feels like melancholic in a way, but it also has like this really nice groove to it. I would definitely build off of that because I think you're sitting in a really nice key here with this track, and this vocal. So yeah, I think it just needs to be developed further, more ear candy sounds, more pads, more keys, that type of thing. Um, just to add in some nice layers and variation and movement. But I think foundationally, this is a very strong idea to begin with. So yeah, good job, Lambda, aka Law. Dope tune. Digging the vibes here. All right. Keep moving forward. We got Spencer Arnold in the chat. Do 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 do. Yeah, I think we're. Yeah. All right.
Just like that. 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 Just like bend your knees, just like that. Bend it over, throw it back. Let me see you throw your cat. Drop it low and show it claps. Take it easy, going fast. Tiny face, so much ass. How you like it? No one asked. Numbers over, go to class. Hey teacher, leave those kids alone. Hey teacher, better leave those kids alone. Just like that. 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 Just like take a taste, bite your lip. Girl, you nasty, might be sick. I like that shit. Might have to wipe that chick. Pretty face, perfect hips. Make me wanna double dip. The trouble is, think I might love this bitch. Hey teacher, leave those kids alone. Hey teacher, better leave those kids alone. Just like that. Just like just like that. Just like just like just like that. Just like just like that. Just like just like that. Let me see you throw to the cash. How you like it? No one asked. Numbers over, go to class. Hey teacher.
Nice one, bruv. Yeah, super sick. Everybody was digging this one, especially the vocal. Very clean kick. Dope groove, bouncy, sound quality is on point. Vocal mixing is super clean. Definitely a club song. Like that extra bit of percussion at the end. Unique piano chord. Yeah, this is really cool. I really dig this vibe here. Very nice kick, really dope vocal. I really like the processing on this vocal too. I think it's mixed very well, especially in context with a lot of the other elements. overall this track is pretty minimal. Like really all you really have is like the kick, that 808, the vocal, and then some little like drum elements and some other random like ear candies, including that little piano. Um, but all in all, pretty minimal as far as like the sound selection and sound design, which is pretty dope. Bro, like 7 channels. um so yeah, it's really sick. I like the drops. Really nice ear candy and variations. Obviously the vocal kind of just like really keeps the momentum moving forward. Um really nice ear candy variations. One thing I will say about the arrangement though is that I think this first build section needs to be a little bit more obvious. Because you did a good job with introducing the vocal here, but this build section is basically only about, I don't know, like 4 bars. It's a very small build section. And then you kind of almost immediately go into like a verse, which isn't a bad thing, necessarily, but I don't think it's enough time to build enough tension to get into that drop. So I would probably cut out some more lows or extend this build probably a little bit longer. Because I did like the second build. I think the second build is actually executed better than the first one. But that might also be because you kind of went a little bit vocal heavy on the first drop. Again, that's not a bad thing to do in the least bit. I just kind of just preferred the second build and the second drop as opposed to the first build and the first drop. Yeah, super curious on what you would think about doing because this has been a wild DJ set tool in its current arrangement. So I guess that's probably the better question is, have you played this out live before? And if so, if you have played this out live, what was like the reaction that you got? Because ultimately, that's like the actual test. I mean, fuck what I think in front of my monitors here. I mean, the reality is it really comes down because this is a club track. So like, if people are like really fucking with this in a live setting, which is where this is gonna be played anyways, that's really the ultimate test. That's really like the ultimate barometer for this stuff. That's great, especially if it's strangers, if it's people that don't even know who you are or what this music is. I think that's even better. But yeah, I think primarily, if that's the case, then I probably wouldn't change the arrangement. But what I would do, I think I would probably add in some additional drum layers, and probably extend out that second drop. Because I do like the idea, you kind of have like 2 different drops here. You have like primarily a vocal heavy drop, which is the first drop, and then kind of more of like a beat driven second drop where you kind of play around with a lot more ear candy and stuff. So yeah, I do like that there's 2 different drops, but I would have liked that second drop to be a little bit longer. So like kind of play around more with the vocal as well as some other drum layers and like ear candy. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool. Just kind of keep the vibe and the groove going. Yeah. But this is a really dope idea. I really like the vocal here. Good job, Spencer Arnold. Hell yeah. All right. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. I mean, you could always, try out a bunch of different places. I think Gold Digger might be a good option. Gold Digger or Monta. Both of those would be good options, I think. All right. Aragon. Aragon. I don't know. Aragon. All right. Yeah, you're here. Nice. Yeah, this is fucking fantastic. I'm not really a big bass music person myself per se, but this is fantastic. I think from a sound design standpoint, melodically, everything's just very, very, very nice. Everything complements each other very well. Really nice sound design. Yeah, no, just overall, just a very strong idea. Let me go to my notes here. Yeah, lovely intro. I love these chords and like all the ambiance you got going on in the background. You do a really good job of building up the tension. Very nice sound selection, very nice sound design. Love the respace. Yeah, like you kind of do like a little bit of a fake kind of a fake out right before the drop, which is really cool. The sound design in the drop is fantastic. Very nice kick snare, which is absolutely what you want from dubstep. Really nice kick snare, and then just like some really crazy fucking sound design. Yeah, the reality is this sounds fantastic. Obviously it's just a whip, so my only piece of feedback is to finish it. That's all I have to say about that. Is I think it's fantastic, and you just need to finish it. Just keep doing what you're doing. I think you're already have like a vision of what you want to do with this track. So yeah, just keep trucking. Hell yeah. All right, we got Pearls. I think I see Pearls there. DJ Pearls. Okay, I'm gonna go pee real quick, and then we'll dive into Pearls' tune here. Oh, Pearls. Let's do it. Killer. Nice one. Kind of like a UKG sort of vibe on this one. Really dig this. Yeah, I agree with Snakebones. Probably some automation on that respace in the intro would be great. Only because like once you get into that drop section, it's gonna be very obvious that it's the drop and it's gonna hit harder. When you get full a bass response in the drop section. Yes, I did hear that too. Vocal gets a little bit of out of time there at that last, that 230 mark or something, 220 mark. Um Dope, man. I think the vocals went out of sync. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Yeah, really cool stuff. Really dope intro. Really dig the kick and the snare. The kick and the snare are lovely. Like kick is very punchy, has like a nice little low end to it, and that snare is very snappy. And it definitely stands out in the mix. Love the respace, but again, like Snakebones mentioned, I would probably cut out some more of the lows in the intro section, and then let the respace kind of run full force in the drops. The drums are very nice. I absolutely agree. The vocal is really cool, but it's a little bit low in the mix. For sure. I might also introduce some additional melodic layers in Ear Candy, just so that you're not relying too heavily on the vocal. I think you're relying a little bit too much on the vocal to kind of carry the melodic idea. I think it's okay to do that, like mostly in like say like the break sections, the break and build sections. But in the drops, you probably need some other sort of melodic element to kind of interplay with the vocal. You could probably even do like a little call response thing, I think. But yeah, definitely adding in some more melodic elements will add in some nice variation. Snakebone says the ARP needs to come up also. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the vocal can kind of come down a bit. Oh no, the vocal can come up a little bit. Sorry, excuse me. And so can the arpeggio. Your build sections definitely need more tension. So yeah, play around with like, adding in like a little bit of a snare roll or a riser or something, just so you can kind of lead into your drops a little bit more seamlessly. But I really dig the drops. I think the melodic idea, the foundation here is very strong. You can just kind of build on top of it with some more like chords or pads or that kind of thing, strings, and some ear candy and stuff, I think. But yeah, overall it's already like a really strong foundation and a really nice vibe. So yeah, good job so far. Burls, keep it going. Usually produce techno. Honestly, I would have never guessed because this is fantastic UKG. A big fan of UKG. All right, do we have Urban in the chat? Urban. Urban in the chat. Urban going once. Going twice. Okay, no Urban. Do we have Makuda? Makuda music. Hey, all right. Nice. How lovely. What a fucking banger, man. Um huh. Sorry. I'm having a brain fart right now. Yeah, this is fucking fantastic. From start to finish, it's just a really nice listen. Really lovely piano. Really love the melody there. The chord progression you got going on. Really nice drums and swing. And I think you did that filtering very, very well as well. Really love the snare. And then once you get into the drop is absolutely lovely. You got those nice little vocal chops. The sub definitely hits hard there. And you add in these other really nice layers and variations that kind of keep things kind of flowing and moving forward. Really solid arrangement, really nice flow from start to finish. I think you did a good job in your breakdowns as well as like adding in tension on the build sections. Overall, the reality is I have no notes for this. I think this is fantastic. I think it's great from start to finish. I think you did really good job on the sound selection and the sound design and the overall just production. I think it's really well done. Good job, Makuta. Hell yeah. Sick one. All right. I think Smiles said he might not be here. Smiles, are you back? Are you back from wherever you went to? Smiles going once. Going twice. Oh, why didn't you submit? Okay. I don't think Smiles is here. Okay, I throw him in the back. Hopefully he shows up. We got Snake Bones. Then we got 94S, and I don't know who this is. Let me see. Club Cloud. No, artist name Maslow Wayne. Okay, for sure. Snake Bones. Snake Bones is up next. All right, he's here. All right, let's dive in.
everything go black. Everything go.
Nice. Yeah, the vocal is really cool in here. I like a lot of the mid-bass sound design. There's a lot of like really cool womps and wubs and stuff going on here. Nobody does, but it's provocative. Gets the crowd going. Huge low end. I agree. Clean kick. I agree with that. Yeah, lots of really cool stuff here. Let me go to my notes. Yeah, nice kick. Really nice drums. Really dig the pad here. And I really like the kind of respaced lead-in right before the drop. Really nice womps in the drop as well. I think he did a good job with the low end in the drop section. The arrangement's very solid. You do a good job with adding in additional like layers, drum sounds, just to kind of keep things varied and keep things fresh, which is dope. I put here what I would probably do is shorten those open hats just ever so slightly. Right now it kind of feels like they're just like. I might tighten them up a little bit more. So you still get like a really nice kind of sizzle from them, but I would just kind of just like bring them in a little bit more, just so that they don't ring out for so long. Yeah, and then really solid. Yeah, the open hat. Yes, the open hat. It's the one that comes in like midway through the drop. I really like those little bleeps and bloops too. I think you did a good job with a lot of the layers on here. A lot of really cool melodic elements. Let me see some. Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah, overall just very solid arrangement. I think this is a really nice length for an extended mix. You probably want to shorten it down for a radio edit, but yeah, I think this is a really nice length for this. Probably the only other thing that I might do is I probably wouldn't bring in the pad so soon on the tail end of the drop. I would probably only put it in the last 8 bars instead of the last 16. But you could also, I guess you could also bring it in on the 16, but then start filtering it in slowly instead of bringing it in kind of full force. Because I would want the mid bass sounds to kind of ride out alone stand on their own, as opposed to like kind of like the melodic elements kind of just like propping them up is I guess the best way I can kind of describe that. But yeah, I think lots of really cool stuff here, lots of really nice sound design. The low end it's fantastic. I think overall the mix is really really good here. But yeah, just like some minor tweaks like I said, the open hat and maybe some filtering on the pads, and I think it's gonna be even better. Hell yeah. Good job, Snake Bones. All right. We got N4S and then Maslow. N4S, you hear? I think these are probably going to be the last two tunes. Yeah, no problem, man. Do, 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 do. N4S. N4S is here. Okay.
She says she wants some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita, but definitely set this party off right. Oh, she says she wants some ready for the world, some new edition, some lady reputation, definitely set this party off right. Yes, it will. It definitely will. Oh, God, I told her to drive over in your new whip. Bring some friends you cool with. I'ma bring the cool whip. Then I want you to strip. See you is my new chick. So we get our grind on. She be grabbing, calling me Biggie like Shine Home. Man, I swear she fine home. Why she always lying on? Telling me them diamonds when she know they dying. Got a light-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. Got a dark-skinned friend, look like Michael Jackson. I play ready for the world. She was ready for some action. My dog said you ain't no freak, so you got to prove my man wrong. I'ma play this Vandross. You gon' take your pants off. I'ma play this Gladys Knight. Me and you gon' get right. Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita, but definitely set this party off right.
Now, Kanye, I know I told you to slow it down. It's beautiful, but now I need you to do it faster, baby. Do it faster, baby. Do it faster. Damn, baby, I can't do it that fast, but I know somebody who can.
Look another glance on my hands and wrists while I'm laying back and smoking on my cannabis. When it come to rocking the rhythm like Marvin and Luther, I can tell you when I'm messing with Carmen and Twist. But I shot and I be sipping Hennessy, piss on my R&B while I smoke a beat. You can pick with me, put it on the G. And all this. Come with me and sip on some Evan champagne. You ain't no true cigarette rockin' like the whispers. Hit the stoplight, you into some eyes. These rims still moving, so I pop a little spinners while I'm smoking on the beat. Dipping through the streets, popping R&B, and I got the heat on the 23. And I do it. With my earth and the wind, smoke a fire. Let me get your sheets wet, listening to keep sweat. Put you in the days remains, fulfilling out with every temptation. So living, having deep sex. You ready for the world, girl? Come and go with me. I touch you all over your body, baby. Don't say no to me. And every know to be controlling me. I'm loving the way you be holding me when I be listening to jealousy. And when I come over and bend your ass, you be bumping to the pentagram. I done hit it from the back to the melody and roll it slow. Now I gotta go up in it fast, but I'ma finish last. No matter how much of a thug you see, I still spitting like a sovereign beat. Come to the club with me. And when some Luther come on, I hope you feeling me instead of being love with me. Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita, but definitely set this party off right. Oh, she said she wasn't ready for the world, some new edition, some lady reputation, definitely set this party off right. Yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will. Baby, drop another slow jam, another lovers need to hold hands, and if you ain't got no man, hop up in my bro hand. I keep it pimpin' like an old man. You guess the roll with the band, cause I'm not enough. Freaking on the dome, when I hit the bone, in the minute zone, gotta get you home, I'm up on the phone. And I do it. Baby, drop another slow jam, another lovers need to hold hands, and if you ain't got no man, hop up in my bro hand. I keep it pimpin' like an old man. You guess the roll with the band, cause I'm not enough. So I hope you get it on, just get it on,
Wagwan. Dude, this is a fucking vibe, man. I was not expecting the Kanye. But it's fucking sick. Definitely an older kind of throwback type tune. And then when you go into the drop sections, I was just like, whoa, where did this come from? Yeah, really cool, kind of like experimental bass. I wouldn't even call this dubstep. It's like kind of just like experimental bass, which is like left field bass. Really, really dope idea. I think this sample is, perfectly matches the kind of vibe we're going for. The sound design is fantastic. I love the drums, the drum sounds, especially those kicks. It's like almost like a machine gun kick, and it's fantastic. Was not expecting that, and I think it's a really nice compliment. Overall, the arrangement's very solid. Really nice flow to it. Really easy to listen to. I was kind of just like vibing, honestly. I didn't even bother to write down notes because for me, I was kind of just like chilling here and just like kind of just like listening and just like taking it all in. Simple fact of the matter is I wouldn't change a thing. I think I have no notes for this. I think it's just absolutely fantastic from start to finish. I think you did a fantastic job with the sampling. I think you did a fantastic job with the sound design and the sound selection. No notes. You fucking killed it. Killed it on this one. Hell yeah. All right. Do we got Maslow? This is going to be our last one of the night, I believe, because I don't think Smile is here or Urban. So, wow. My Discord. Yeah, that was wild. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be the last one because I gotta get working on some music stuff. I got a remix I gotta finish and all sorts of stuff. I got a remix and some masters I gotta fucking get out, and I gotta go through all the video content from the MPH show this weekend. I got some GoPro footage and some 360 footage I gotta go through. All right, Maslow, let's go to your tune here. See what you got.
I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take your body higher. You got the rhythm that I like. I wanna take your body higher. I wanna take it to the sky. I wanna take your body higher. You got the rhythm that I like. I wanna take your body higher.
Definitely some like big room, Avicii kind of vibes going on here. Melodically, it's just like on point. I think there's a lot of like really cool melodic ideas here, and a lot of like really nice layers, both from like the pianos, the leads, the other kind of synth sounds, arpeggios. Everything really works pretty seamlessly and complements each other. Really nice piano chords. Overall, very strong melodic idea. Some of your leads are a little bit dry. I might add a little bit more reverb to some of your lead elements. Really nice tension in the build. Really nice big room style drop. You're missing a really strong sub. I can definitely hear the sub in there, but it's not hitting as hard as I think it should. Especially for you have all this like really nice melodic elements. I think you need like a strong bass line to kind of really just like support it. Really kind of drive that melodic idea through. Really nice layers, really solid arrangement. I love this vocal. I'm just really surprised that it came so late in the track, and it's really only used in that one small section. You didn't use it at all in the first drop, and you kind of really didn't even use it much in the second build or the second drop. So I think primarily my main piece of feedback is probably to use that vocal more, because it's a really nice, it feels like it's almost like your main idea, but it's kind of just used in a very small section of this entire track, whereas I think it could be introduced at the very intro, and you can even use small phrases in the drop as like the turnaround. So just to like kind of be a callback to the main hook, you can kind of use the vocal in the main drop section. Yeah. But other than that, I think the arrangement here is super solid. I think it has a very nice flow to it. It's really easy to kind of listen from start to finish. Primarily, yeah, like I said, I think my main two pieces of feedback is we need a stronger sub in your drops to kind of give your foundation to your melodic idea, and then also use that vocal a little bit more, both in the intro and then both in the intro, the build up, as well as in the drop sections as kind of like little fills or turnarounds. But yeah, really dope idea. I don't hear a whole lot of big room being made nowadays, so it's like a really nice palette cleanser, I guess is the best way to kind of describe that. But yeah, super dope tune there, Maslow. Hell yeah. All right. So that is the last tune of the night. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm gonna call it quits. I need to work on some of my own stuff. Just want to say thanks to everybody who joined in the stream today. I'll be back again next Monday, same time, same place. You can either follow me on my socials, and I always post about this kind of stuff, or join the Discord. I also post in there. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday night. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. We have a show going on in LA this Saturday for free. Come through. And I hope you guys have a good one. Have a good night.